Hello, guys. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome back to Amanda Peet Month. And tonight we have a real winner, a 2001 comedy that she did in the early 2000s. It is her 47th birthday, so happy birthday, my lovely actress, Amanda Peet. I love your work. I love your TV shows. I love your face. I love your voice. I love your beautiful body. Everything about you is just, is spot on. You've done some bad movies too, but you've always you always elevate a film for me. And if you ever see this video, hopefully you will someday, you know that I'm your number one fan. This is the 2001 comedy. This is the R-rated version of Saving Silverman. This also has a really good male cast of Jason Biggs, Steven Zahn, and Jack Black. Yes, it's directed by Dennis Dugan. This is the same guy that did some Jack and Jill. He did Jack and Jill. I know it's one of the worst Adam Sandler movies ever, but this movie is not an Adam Sandler movie. It's funny. It's quippy. It's got some slapstick. It's got a nice romance, except for the gay joke, which I didn't like because I'm like, yeah, Jack Black being gay, I don't buy it. And there's some in the R-rated cut. There's a few things I had a problem with, but we'll get to that. This is the premise of the movie, in case you want to know. In the film, Darren Silverman's longtime friends try to save him from marrying his controlling new girlfriend. She's basically like a female Edward Cullen, played by Amanda Peet. She plays Judith, whose behavior threatens the friends, their band, and Darren's chance at happiness with his lifelong true love, which is another Amanda Detmer. You may remember her from The First Final Destination. She was the blonde girl that gets hit by a bus, which I know that's really messed up, but that was so out of nowhere. I was like laughing because it was like a cartoon. She's like talking and then and she gets hit by a bus, and I was like, oh my god. Well, I'll review that movie next time, but she's not on the cover here. You got Rocket Raccoon there on top of Steve Zahn. There's a scene where the raccoon's attacking him and he tranquilizes it and it still attacks him. That's pretty funny. Yeah, the film has a lot of heart, though. The writing, I think, was a lot better than any Adam Sandler movie because Dugan didn't write it. Hank Nelkin and Greg DePaul wrote the movie. It's about 90 minutes long. This extended cut is about 96 minutes long. It's a little bit longer. And the thing is, I like Neil Diamond's performance. You know, he plays himself in the movie. He's natural. He sings, of course, because, Neil Diamond's a good singer. You have, whatchamacallit, what's his face? There's a lot of cameos in the movie that I recognize. You have Artie Ermy. He plays the coach, Coach Norton. May he rest in peace. He was in the Toy Story films, so the before 4 came out. And he was good in the film for what he has to do. You have... like I said, Amanda Detmer, she's Sandy. She's very cute. She's a blonde chick that wants to become a nun, to be a sworn-in nun, and then at the end she changes her mind and says, no, I want to be with Jason Biggs because he loves me. And it's a cute little love story. There's some slapstick in it. Jack Black gets hit with stuff, or they get kicked out a window, because Amanda Peet she's definitely different in this movie. This is not the sweet Amanda Peet from the movies that I've seen, like A Lot Like Love, or The Whole Nine Yards, or other stuff, because she's really dark in this movie, but not like emo dark. She's just like, kind of a control freak. But I don't get the consensus of this freaking Rotten Tomatoes. You see how stupid they are? They gave this an 18%. This is not worse than Jack and Jill, guys. Trust me. It's not. Dragged down by a plot lacking any sense of logic and obnoxious, unsympathetic characters, this comedy is more crude and mean-spirited and funny. I laughed. I'm sorry you didn't laugh, critics. I'm sorry you don't have a sense of humor. I'm sorry that originally I didn't see the PG-13 cut, but there's no real difference except that this one has one thing that I thought was kind of just pointless. Like, the nudity in the film is completely pointless. There's 2 scenes of nudity, and not one of it is with Amanda Peet. One is with Steve Zahn doing some stretching naked. I'm like, I don't need to see his ass. I'm sorry. I didn't like that in Die Hard 2 with William Sadler being naked. I don't get that. It has no purpose. And then there's a scene where these topless women are just playing. I think they're I think they're drinking beer or something like that. I'm like, granted, I'm not going to complain too much. I like tits. I mean, I prefer other things of women, like their hair and their faces, etc. But it just feels like this just added. It doesn't feel like it adds to the movie at all. It's just thrown in there. It's kind of filler. But other than that, the R-rated cut is fine. I mean, they do add some dialogue that makes it more R, but did it make a difference? Not really. And the movie just it's fine. Like I like Amanda Peet. Like she should be playing the biggest bitch in the world, but I like her so much that I'm like, you know, she's so sexy. There's a scene where Steve Zahn is giving her a burger from Arby's. I never eaten at Arby's, and she bites into it, and then a little bit of sauce gets on her chest, and she shows her chest a lot in the movie, like open cut dresses where you see like almost side boob. I'm like, that's enough for me because you are beautiful, Amanda P. You are gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And he like puts she like he likes touching her breast and like this, and then she's like sucking his finger, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna explode. And I'm like, yeah, if Captain Marvel did that, I would just jizz my pants, guys, because you know I love a woman that is she's not afraid to be sexy, and I love that even when they're a bitch. But yeah, the film is very slapsticky. I mean, you know, she falls for Steve Zahn. There's a scene at the end where Amanda Detmer and Jason Biggs they say they confess their love to each other and they kiss, and then she gets pissed off and starts crying, and then she hits Steve Zahn with a freaking chair, and she says like, "You ruined my life." I've been saying that to Daisy Ridley for the past 4 years. She nearly ruined my life, guys, but she won't anymore. But anyway, that's what it reminded me of. And yeah, the film it looks good. It's a 20-something $1 million budget, so it didn't cost too much. There's no bad CGI in it. You got practical costumes and suits, and there's actual comedy here. It's not just piss jokes and fart jokes. There's none of that. There's some belching, but I'm like, yeah, these guys drink beer. What do you expect? And I like Jack Black and Steve Zahn together. They make me laugh. They get the movie that they're in. I don't really care for the fact that Jack Black's character is gay. It's just it adds nothing. It just feels like, oh, let's just have a gayer version of LeFou from freaking Beauty and the Beast 2017, like Josh Gad's version, like that, but less flamboyant and just it comes out of nowhere. And I just felt like that was a little bit forced. But other than that, Amanda Peet's great in this movie. I hadn't seen this movie in years. I forgot how good she was in the film. I mean, look at her in this movie. Look at that face. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I can never hate her in a movie unless she's a psycho, like a bloodthirsty killer, and she has no humanity. Then I would hate her. But she's never done a role like that. But it's something different for her. It's definitely less mean spirited than Horrible Bosses, because Jennifer Aniston in that is she's a man eater, and she's trying to get with a man that's already married. And I'm like, yeah, that's a little bit more creepier. Here, Jason Biggs isn't married to anybody, but he does. His heart belongs to someone else. And I like the fact that she's like, oh, you're going to be with this slut? And I'm like, yeah, she went there. She has ballsy dialogue. And they never fight. Her and Amanda Detmer don't fight each other because I don't think that was needed. And yeah, the film, yeah, is it predictable? Yeah, sure. But I like the film. And the actors are really fine in the movie, and like I said, they use Amanda Peet in this movie. She comes around 10 minutes into the film. She makes an entrance. On the commentary, Dugan said that she's like wonderful to work with. She's a wonderful actress. She's gorgeous. I'm like, yeah, Dugan, I agree with you. You may have made some shitty Adam Sandler movies, but to your credit, when you used the Amanda Peet in this movie, you used you used her full potential. Granted, you don't get her naked, but it's just fine with me. You get to see a lot of her, and unlike the hobo, you get to see what a woman really looks like. Beautiful, sexy legs, open chest, beautiful hair, knockout face, a beautiful voice that doesn't have a shitty accent. That's what works for me in a movie like this. Yeah, it's rewatchable for me. And I like the cast. They really bring the film up for me. And yeah, Dennis Dugan, this is one of his better films. It's not an Adam Sandler movie. So if you haven't seen Saving Silverman, I would recommend the film. Either cut is fine because the cast is likable in either way. They're not that unsympathetic. These people, yeah, they're crazy. The film is definitely crazy, but they're not the worst human beings. You want to see unlikable, see every freaking, most of the films that Quentin Tarantino has done. Most of those people are assholes. And they're proud of it. Look at Pulp Fiction. There's not a nice person in that cast. And also Natural Born Killers. That's a Oliver Stone movie where the two leads are monsters. They're not likable at all. They have no humanity. They kill for fun. That's not for me, guys. Sorry. Good movie, just, I need to have someone to root for. And I like Jason Biggs. I like Jack Black. I like Steve Zahn. Love Amanda Peet. It's a different role for her. And she's a knockout, guys. What can I say? I have taste. I like girls. Hashtag I like girls. Hashtag I like women. That's what I'm into. That's always what I've been into. And if you reverse it, it's the Captain Marvel thing. Yeah. Kind of noticed that the Wonder Woman symbol looks like Captain Marvel. But anyway, I like Saving Silverman. For what it is, it's fun. And it's not terrible. Critics just they want comedies that are like satirical or they're speaking to an audience. I'm like, no, this is just a fun slapstick comedy from the early 2000s. It's harmless, guys. It didn't hurt anybody. It wasn't like feminism shoved down your face. And I like the film with what they do. I don't want to spoil too much. If you find it funny, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine too. But I love it because Amanda Peet's in it. She really, really elevates the movie from being like an American Pie knockoff to something different. And Neil Diamond is awesome as always. He sings well, and his acting is not terrible, so I give him credit. So that's my Amanda Peet selection for tonight. I'm glad she lived to be 47. Hope she does a lot of more good work in the years to come. She's just a treasure, guys. Hollywood has hidden her for too long. She's a treasure. She's still beautiful. She can still act. And, I've really enjoyed her work throughout the years. And that's why I dedicated an entire month to her filmography. Not everything, but a lot of it. So you guys know that, yeah, she exists. And she does a lot of good work. So thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.